This is quite possibly one of the best shortcuts I've ever found, so these are definitely one of my favorites. Hi, good morning and welcome back. Today I'm going to be prepping some breakfast for my freezer. I usually like to do this once or twice a month where I just make something in bulk and freeze it so that I have some kind of easy grab and go things for the work week and stuff like that, because mornings can be hectic and even I work from home, but sometimes I still kind of just need something quick and grab and go because I'll get busy at work and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing some kind of meal prepping breakfast session. I got a variety of food from Dollar Tree that's all kind of preppable. Obviously this is just a starting point, but feel free to make this your own and do it however you like. So the first thing I want to make is a bit of an experiment. I have 3 of these packages of banana nut muffin mix, and obviously I could just take these and make them into muffins and freeze them, and that would be totally fine. But I want to see if I were to make all 3 of these at the same time and bake them in a loaf, would it kind of imitate a Starbucks style banana nut loaf? Basically, that's what I'm going for. And if this works, it's great because it's about half the price of one slice at Starbucks, so let's give it a shot. So this is totally winging it. I'm not really sure how many of these muffin mix packets are going to take to fill my loaf pan. So I'm probably going to start off with 2, and I have a 3rd by standby if I end up needing it. And these do say to just add milk. You can do milk or water because all you're really doing is rehydrating the dough. I typically just use water because it helps keep the price even lower. Doesn't add an extra ingredient cost, but feel free to use milk if you want as well. So I have a cup of water and I'm just gonna I'm gonna start with about 3/4 of it because I think this does need to be a little bit thicker to kind of mimic more of a banana bread versus a banana muffin, which is a little bit lighter in texture. But again, I'm just winging this. I'm just trying to kind of make something that's similar to a banana nut bread, but of course using muffin mix. I may need to add more muffin mix, I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna spray this with some nonstick cooking spray. And it does look like I'm going to need that 3rd packet, because otherwise we're still gonna end up with a loaf, but it's gonna be a short loaf. So let's mix that up real quick. Of course, prior to mixing this, if you had some fresh bananas or some overripe bananas, you could use that in place of some of the water and make this an extra banana nut bread. I'm gonna bake this at 350 degrees for about an hour. The next thing I'm gonna be making are some shortcut versions of chicken minis. So I have 2 bags of spicy chicken nuggets. Dollar Tree doesn't sell regular chicken nuggets, just spicy, so feel free to use what you've got. And then I also have a packet of homestyle biscuit mix as well. I'm going to be doing this one in the muffin tray so it can bake at the same time alongside the banana nut bread. And again, I'm going to spray it with some cooking spray. The cooking spray I'm using is just from Dollar General. Dollar Tree sells cooking spray, but it's not that great, so I do get mine at Dollar General. And usually if you have a Dollar Tree, you probably have a Dollar General nearby. Now, I'm honestly not quite sure how necessary it is to pre-bake the chicken nuggets, but the first time I did this, I did, and so I'm just kind of going based on how I did it when I first made them. You know, if you're making them fresh, you're probably going to want to pre-bake the nuggets so they get crispy, but in my case, where I'm prepping them to be made in advance, I could probably skip this step and just go ahead and prepare them in the biscuits, but I'm going to go ahead and bake these 350 alongside with my banana nut bread. This will probably take about 15 minutes or so. So there are our baked chicken nuggets out of the oven. I'm gonna remove these from the muffin tin and we're gonna make the biscuit mix. This biscuit mix is also a add milk mix, but I do typically just do water, same with this. About a half a cup. I usually add a little bit more because I do find them to be a little on the dry side and I like to make them a little more wet. And I'm just gonna dollop in a small amount of biscuit dough into the bottom of each tray. Once we have a bed of biscuit mix, we can add in all of our chicken nuggets, kind of squash them down a little bit, and top them with the rest of our biscuit mix. These are going to pop back in the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes or so until the biscuits are cooked through. So in order to get this done in an hour, we do have to multitask a bit. So while everything is cooking in the oven, I'm going to make some energy balls. This is going to be a no-cook recipe. All you're going to need to do is microwave it so we can do it at the same time. I have some oatmeal packets here. I tried to find unsweetened, unflavored, original oatmeal, but they didn't have any, so I'm using the variety pack here. I'll just use the apples and cinnamon and the cinnamon and spice flavors. I also have a jar of their honey blend syrup. This is what Dollar Tree sells, but if you have regular honey, you can use the same. I think this is about 2/3 of a cup. And a 10-ounce jar of creamy peanut butter. And then for some added protein and nutrients, I'm using some dried fruit and nuts. I have a bag that has raisins, golden raisins, cranberries, cashews, and almonds. And then I have a bag that has banana chips, cranberries, almonds, cashews, and blueberries. First thing I'm gonna do is kind of chop these into smaller bits because they're quite large. You can definitely leave them whole if you want to. Nothing precise here, just a general rough chop should do it. So when it comes to the peanut butter, I am using the whole jar. It would be easier if I could microwave the jar as it is, but I usually cannot get off this entire foil liner without a lot of effort, basically. And you don't want to put this in the microwave if you can't get off the entire liner. I do get that comment a lot whenever I talk about microwaving peanut butter, and ultimately it just comes down to whether you can get off this entire liner or not. But I'm just going to add this into a bowl. I'm going to do the same thing with the honey. This is an 8-ounce jar. I'm going to add the entire thing into the bowl. This seal usually comes off pretty easily, so if you want to microwave it, you can to make it easier to pour. But as you can see, it's pretty pourable because it is not pure honey. It's a mixture of honey and corn syrup, and that's why it's so cheap. This is going to go in the microwave for about a minute. Once it is microwaved, we're going to give it a stir and make sure that the peanut butter and honey are both fully combined. And to this, we're going to add in our oatmeal. I'm going to be using 4 packs of oatmeal. I'm using 2 packets of the apple cinnamon and 2 packets of the cinnamon spice. This is just going to make it a little bit sweeter. And the apples and cinnamon also have some dried apple flakes in it too. I'm also going to stir in my fruit and nut mixture. This is going to be quite a chunky texture, and we could actually form this into balls, or we could do it in bars and make it like homemade granola bars, which actually might end up being what I do just for time's sake. So it's up to you how you want to do this. I think I will make this into bars. So I've got myself a small baking tray here, and I'm going to spray it with some cooking spray just so things don't stick. And then in goes our peanut butter mixture. And then we can just set this in the fridge to chill. Here is our banana nut loaf out of the oven. Honestly, you would not be able to tell that this was just made with muffin mix, so I'm pretty happy with that. I did stab a little chopstick in the center there just to make sure it came out clean, but let's go ahead and let this cool completely before slicing into it. There we go. Oh no! It's stuck. That's fine. It's fine. Let's flip it over and let it cool. For the banana loaf, we're just going to cut this into slices about 1 inch thick. Oh shoot. So this is kind of a failed experiment because it's crumbly. Oh no. Well, it's worth a shot. I tested it so you don't have to. I'm still going to salvage as much of this as I can because I don't want to waste it. I mean, I did get some kind of somewhat whole pieces, but it doesn't really seem to want to hold up. The ends are fine. So as you can see there, those are good. But yeah, as it turns out, baking muffin mix into a loaf doesn't really quite hold its shape that well. Here are chicken minis out of the oven. I'm going to demold these real quick. For the sake of science, I absolutely am going to eat one of these chicken minis right now, just for science. This is quite possibly one of the best shortcuts I've ever found, so these are definitely one of my favorites. And lastly, here are our peanut butter bars, which I'm using a spatula just to make that easier, but they did unmold really cleanly. At room temperature, they will be fairly chewy, which is good. And then in the fridge, they'll be a little bit more on the firm side. I'm gonna transfer all of my little squares into a container, and then I'm gonna store this in the fridge for the week. Putting those Tetris skills to work. It is the next day. I am sorry for my appearance. This is a combination of daylight savings time. I didn't get much sleep last night. I work from home, sprinkled with a dash of I didn't really expect to have my face on camera today. But I do want to share this. These peanut butter bars that I made yesterday are one of the best things I have made yet on this channel. And I think that the credit for it goes to the dried fruit and the nuts and the banana chips and all of the different textures that are going on in here. Eating these is just really joyful because you get like the chewy little raisins and blueberries and cranberries, but then the banana chips that are in there give it like this fun, almost like Rice Krispie type of texture or like a crunch bar. And I hardly even notice the nuts. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't really like nuts or bananas. And you may be asking yourself, why would you make something that has nuts and bananas when you don't like nuts and bananas? To give you guys ideas on things that you can do. And sometimes I have to put my personal tastes and preferences aside. So when I'm telling you that these are amazing, you know that I really mean it because I don't like half the ingredients in here. One thing I will say about these though is that they are best eaten if they've sat out at room temperature for about 10 minutes or so, because the nuts in them can get a little bit hard on your teeth otherwise. But keep these in your fridge, store them for 3 to 5 days in the fridge, and just take one out about 10 to 15 minutes before you intend to eat it. So there was my breakfast meal prep, 1 hour, and it cost about $13.75 for everything. If you wanted to add on some extras, you definitely could. Definitely make muffins, not the loaf like I did. It was an experiment, and I knew it was going to be an experiment. I had a little bit of higher expectations for that than how it ultimately turned out. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you again soon.